Hey, you know what's a really good movie?
Never mind.
Apparently nothing. Great.
No, all movies are bad. Okay, go.
Hey, you know what's a really good movie? Hey, stop jumping over my lines.
If you literally just like kept it going instead of doing that, I could have just cut my voice out. You were well aware of that, right?
Yes.
You idiot. Who's the moron now?
Hey, you know what's a really good movie?
Knives Out?
You Scooby-Doo now? Knives Out?
Knives Out.
That's this B-52 song.
We were at a beach. Knives Out. Everybody had matching
10
knives.
roofs.
The Blues Brothers.
There they saw a Coke.
It wasn't a Coke. It was a
4
Pepsi.
fried chickens. You want without your dry white toast.
I don't remember how to podcast. Not that we ever knew how.
Welcome to episode 32.
Welcome back, everybody, to this already a clusterfuck in the first 5 seconds.
No, this is a professional.
The Digital Drive-In Podcast. We're back. Season 3? Question mark?
Nobody cares.
He went.
It's not. It was not like we had. We didn't have an audience.
Listen, man.
Nobody even noticed we were gone.
They didn't know it was the last episode was the season finale, and now they didn't know this one was the season premiere. They don't even know who we are. They don't even know what we're doing. And I don't even know what movies are, man. To be totally honest. What
B is for Blues Brothers.
What? What did you just say? Were those words? This is a show where we like
Don't
to talk
believe
about...
you, just watch.
This is the show where we like to talk about movies. It used to be our favorite movies ever.
And stuff and things.
But it's like, you know, movies that interest us on any given week. We don't really care. We just follow the wind.
Like the
my
wind,
name
baby.
is Alex.
No, it's not. Your name is Rick fucking Dalton. 4 weeks in a row, baby.
Oh yeah, every episode. Who was that? Tracy Morgan?
Yeah, I Google myself.
And as always,
I go into Lemon's office. That was still more like Bill Cosby. And then I put on a pudding pop.
Oh no! Any viewers we had that came in here and went, "Oh my God, they're back!" Immediately, already just clicked the red X and they're gone. They're gone. They're never coming back. As always, I'm joined by my moronic co-host,
Compatriot in crime.
Garrett. I hate musicals, DiNardo.
Yeah, I mean, like
And,
Cats is
this week,
fucking cinema.
We watched a musical, didn't we? Did we not?
Why couldn't Martin Scorsese come out about Cats?
Yeah, why do you have to pick on like a good movie? Why couldn't he come out about memories? Meow meow. Anyway, in case
the
you didn't
Jellicoe
guess by how
Cats.
we already talked about Knives Out, we already talked about Blues Brothers on this podcast. So this is going to be a dedicated podcast to Cats, a movie we have not seen and probably will not see.
You know what was great about that movie? Nothing.
That's not true. It was really, really horny, and it got me horny.
And don't come back until you've redeemed yourself.
Is that a masturbation joke?
No, that's actually a quote from the nun in Blues Brothers.
Oh, what a good segue into the movie we're actually talking about today.
I hate Illinois Nazis.
John Landis's 1980 movie.
I didn't even know John Lovitz did movies.
The Blues Brothers. Tell me a little bit about this movie, Garrett, since it's your fucking
Bam,
favorite movie of all time.
It came out in the greatest year in cinema history, 1980.
Is that the greatest year in cinema history?
Well, The
What
Shining
else?
also
What
came
else
out.
came out in that year? Nobody cares about that movie, especially here.
Shining, Empire Strikes Back, Raging
Trash.
Bull,
Trash.
Airplane,
Trash.
Cannibal Holocaust,
Trash.
Caddyshack,
Trash.
Elephant Man,
Trash.
Christmas Evil,
Trash.
Superman 2,
Trash.
9 to 5,
Trash.
Altered States,
Trash.
Stir Crazy,
Trash.
The Gods Must Be Crazy,
Trash.
Maniac,
Trash.
Inferno,
Not bad.
Used Cars, Kajimusha,
Trash.
The Big Red One.
Trash.
All right.
I don't like movies. I said that off the bat in this podcast. Movies suck. I don't even know why I'm doing this podcast. You mentioned
See ya.
so many. I've seen 5 of those, and they're all great.
I've seen every single one.
That was a really bad bit. That was a
We
really
can
bad bit.
cut all of it out. Cut all of that. We don't have
Staying
to,
in.
and it's all of this is
I'm
just for
way too
us, and
lazy.
and people only get the good stuff. That's why this
They only get
podcast
the
every
good
week
stuff.
is 5 minutes.
That's why this podcast every week has been off the air for 3 months.
Well, that doesn't even
They
make
only
sense.
get the good stuff.
Well, I mean, it's Blues Brothers is interesting because it originated as a sketch on Saturday Night Live,
Mm-hmm.
and typically a movie based on a sketch doesn't necessarily. I mean, I don't know if there have been many before this. I want to say that it's probably, if not the first, then one of the first, especially with any kind of a budget behind it. Certainly, I believe the first Saturday Night Live movie. So it's like it's that. A lot of the stuff was more musicians. Like most of the cast is musicians, not
Yep.
necessarily actors.
Yep.
You know, so
Especially
it's
band.
yeah. I mean, the entire band is actual
Literally just the
musicians.
band.
And it's not even the same band because David Letterman's keyboardist,
Mm-hmm.
the piano player, the bald guy, whatever his name is, Paul Schaefer.
Paul Revere
Is that
and
right?
the Raiders.
Maybe I should look that up before I say it. Paul.
Is he in the movie?
No, he's not in the movie. That's the thing, is he was the
Oh.
original piano player in Saturday Night Live in the Blues Brothers, but for whatever reason, I don't know if it was like some contract he had or whatever. I'm sure it's in the special features as to why he's not there. He was not able to be in the movie, which is a shame because I think he's actually a lot of fun. I thought him and Letterman did a good job, and he's Canadian too. So anyway,
Who likes Canadians?
nobody. They're so dang argumentative.
For
So
any of our
anyway.
new listeners that didn't get that joke, I'm from Australia.
Yeah. G'day, mate.
We don't talk about that.
That's racist. So you have that, and then a lot of the character actors or side actors in it are like old, air quotes, washed up musicians that aren't selling records anymore. They're not in the public eye like it was the downturn of their career. Blues wasn't necessarily selling. So you have a comedy based on a TV show sketch with almost all non-actors.
Right.
Destined to failure, basically.
And they were right. It did fail.
Yep. And so that's the end of the podcast. They never even released the movie. It's crazy.
Yeah, we don't even know what we're talking about. This is like the day the clown cried.
Yeah, nobody's gonna get that reference.
It's a deep ass pull, yeah. But Garrett, we like this movie, do we not?
Yeah, I mean, worldwide in 1980, it made $115 million.
I mean, yeah, it was a joke that when I was saying it wasn't successful. Very successful.
It was
Well
massively
regarded movie.
successful.
Yeah. Then end of story. So you've seen this movie 400 times.
I mean, low estimate, at least, I would say probably. That's terrible. I was trying to think of something funny to say, but I couldn't. At least a dozen times, probably more than that.
Damn. This week was my first time watching it, somehow, despite knowing a lot about it, obviously. I love blues, one of my favorite genres of music, somehow, for some reason, just never really got around to the movie. We are. Now I did. Want to know what I
Yeah.
thought of it?
What did you think of it?
Trash.
Good.
Cutting that out because I cut the trash bit. Anyway.
I mean, it makes me wonder how people today would relate to it, or if they would, because I've looked at a few of the Letterboxd reviews, and people are like, "This isn't funny."
It's hilarious. I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know if this is like the "I was offended" or "I don't know why they had to like."
Right.
Is it the cartoonish thing was too much for them? It's like that's to me the refreshing part is you don't know what is going to happen next.
Yeah. There's parts of it that are just so off the wall, I think, but they come out of nowhere. Or I don't know. It's kind of the whole time too. It's really, really
I mean,
unpredictable.
and it's almost like a parody film because it's like you can see a lot of the things in this that would later go on for like movies like Strange Brew or Wayne's World, where it's like meta and its commentary. A lot of it originated in this and an Airplane, which came out the same year. So I mentioned it. And it's just interesting to me. It's like both John Landis and Zucker and Abrams like tapped into this hidden potential for comedy that like invited people in the audience to share in with it. Like you have a knowledge about film, you have a knowledge about music. Now we're going to play with that knowledge. Some of it may be subversion of expectations, which someone like Ryan Johnson knows a lot about. But I think a lot of it was just like having fun with the knowledge of what you have and not just going in to watch a movie. And I think that's one of the interesting things about this.
Knives Out? You said Ryan Johnson.
Yeah. No.
It does a lot of interesting things. Unpredictableness. I was trying to think of the word. I almost went with unpredictability, but I didn't think I could say the word. Unpredictableness is a word though. There's bits like Carrie Fisher shooting like the rocket launchers at them, but they don't notice.
Well, Carrie Fisher being a villain and you not finding out why she is doing these things until really late in the movie.
Really late. It's like the end.
Well, yeah, that's
It's hilarious.
I mean, there's still like a 20-minute chase sequence.
Ah.
Meh.
Man. Don't fucking talk to me about Andy Kaufman. I love that bit though with her shooting like rocket launches at them and shit, and
then they just brush everything off.
Yeah, they don't even notice.
They
just keep moving on.
Who is that lady?
So good.
But I mean, it's like in a regular movie, two characters that act like the Blues Brothers could be so off-putting because they're anti-characters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and some of the things, and so it's like it's almost like everyone's an antagonist kind of because they all antagonize each other.
Right.
I mean, the cops are shown as like morons. Then there's like the whole like Nazi party. It's like there's tons of people that would be completely offended by this now.
I hate Illinois Nazis.
And then they try to run them over.
I was clapping. We should run Nazis. If anybody listening out there, if you see a Nazi in the street, run them over. Any Nazis listening out there, I hope you get run over. End of story.
Yeah, I think that just makes us as bad as what they are.
Nah.
We should completely exterminate an entire ideology of people.
Yeah, but Indiana Jones punched a Nazi in the face.
Oh no! Punching in the face and like smashing.
You could hit somebody with your car and not kill them.
Oh sure. I mean, it makes it a lot more difficult. It is. I mean, the thing is, if you hit someone with a car, it is
hit them with
assault.
the headlight.
It's assault with a deadly weapon if you hit someone.
Not if they don't catch you.
Wow! Now it's hit and run.
Your Honor. Yes, he was a Nazi. Case dismissed.
Yeah.
Fuck Nazis, for real.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else do you like about this movie? Oh, great Blues Brothers Sherpa.
Well,
allow me to tell you.
I mean, I love soundtracks of film. It's like this has one of the best soundtracks, especially for the cast of people they got to sing and perform.
Oh yeah, every time someone, like I said, I love blues, so I guess they can't see me. Anyway, I'm younger. I feel like a lot of people watch this, they wouldn't know like some of the people coming up. I mean, like people around my age, right?
Hmm.
Like when Aretha Franklin pops up, I'm like, hey oh, but most people would be like, whatever, who is this person?
Yeah, like Billie Eilish would say that.
I mean, not that it's a bad thing, but yeah,
No, because she said who's Van Halen. She didn't know who that
right.
was. Anyway, all right.
I'm
Never
just an
mind. This
old
is
soul at
already
heart,
aged
though.
before this has come
That's
out.
the thing. I'm an old soul at heart, though. Anyway, moving on. I forget what I was gonna say. All of the bits with those people, her and Ray Charles, and I forget the one that's earlier in the street. I forget what his name is,
John Lee
but
Hooker.
um, all of their songs are so good.
Downtown James Brown. Come on, man.
And oh yeah, James Brown as the congregation leader, I suppose, is amazing. It's all amazing. Every song in this, it's like
You boys need to get to church. I mean, Cab Calloway's in it.
um, I find most of the musical sequences they break out in a full on song and dance, like it was full blown musical. So I don't
Yeah.
know what you're talking about. I hate musicals, but whatever.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, it doesn't make sense that I like this one, and this really is a musical.
Right? Yeah, it is. Absolutely. When I think my favorite song was probably Aretha Franklin's. I don't know why. It was just fun.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a hell of a voice. That's probably why. I mean, Ray Charles showing up as blind Ray. I mean, obviously he's blind, but the pawn
Well,
shop
the whole
music
joke
store.
is like he's acting like he's not, but he obviously is, and that's
Right.
what's funny because he puts the poster up upside down.
Or I loved the bit where he closes the grate or whatever, and then walks through the door. Like it walks through the wall. It was open the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
A hell of a soundtrack, and all of the Blues Brothers stuff, like the Sweet Home Chicago, Everybody Needs Somebody to Love, is kind of like just so much fun. And
And
I've
I
heard
feel
that
like
kind of stuff all my life, so but like even those two songs. So I mean, I'd heard them a lot going in, or even played them to be honest, back in high school. Especially Everybody Needs Somebody to Love. I had played in high school a lot. I was in a blues band, and so seeing it actually come out in like the climax of the movie was pretty satisfying.
nice.
Which
To me, the way the story is edited so that the songs like flow in it almost like an album, and you even have like a closer for the album as well. It's like it's musically done well as being cinematically done well.
Yeah, absolutely. What kind of musics do you usually have here? We got both kinds, country and western. That
Also,
scene with the rawhide theme is fucking hilarious.
that's great. And he picks up the whip.
Yeah. Move him on.
I
Head him up.
I
Head him
also
up. Moving on. Move on. Head him up. Ride.
that is exactly how it went.
Shut up.
I also enjoy the practical effects with all the car chase sequences because I'm a car chase sequence nut.
You're a fucking
I will
nut,
watch
are you?
just about any movie with an actual car chase in it.
Baby Driver.
Yeah, that's the one of the things about Baby Driver and Drive that I wasn't as sold on is Baby Driver has the one really cool car chase where everything's edited very nice in it, but then later, like the climax of the film, he's on a foot race,
Yeah.
and it's like that was a little disappointing that there was. I felt like that first driving sequence was great, and then nothing came from it. Whereas
Sure.
Blues Brothers builds and builds and builds to like the most fantastic chase, which at the time was the
Literally
most cars
fantastic.
wrecked in a movie.
Like it's literally fantasy. Like some of the
Yes,
when they drive backwards and the car does like the super backflip and
it's
then
so
like, is driving
cartoonish.
forward.
That's it. But there aren't. I mean, especially before that point, I don't know that there were really very many comedic car chases like that. I mean, maybe you could say like Cannonball Run, like Gumball Rally type stuff. I think Cannonball Run came later. I have to
Right.
look that up. Maybe I should look that up.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
That was before this. That was 70s.
Cannonball Run was 81, so that was later. So yeah, it would have been. I guess I was thinking of Cannonball.
Smoking the Bandit was 3 years before this.
Right. But it's like a lot of the funny thing with Smokey and the Bandit was the dialogue. Other than the one jump, which was practically done, like everything was fairly grounded. It was just the fact that they
in
were
the actual chase itself.
Yeah, the chase itself is funny in this.
Mm-hmm.
And so there could have been other ones previous to that, but I just felt like it almost being used as slapstick comedy. You know, like they leave the car at the end and the entire thing falls apart the minute they leave.
Oh man, that was so good. God. That and the mall car chase both have like such perfect punchlines, I suppose you could call them.
Yeah, I mean, even the whole like, where they're arguing when he gets picked up, because obviously Jake is in prison and Elwood picks him up in a cop car when he gets out. He's like, I can't believe my brother picks me up at a prison in a cop car. And they're like, he kind of talking back and forth, like, I can't believe what the stuff you traded to even get this car, and where's the original Bluesmobile that we had? Mm-hmm. And then he's like, okay, so you don't like it? He's like, no, I don't like it. And then they do that jump, ridiculous jump.
Yeah, it's got a lot of pickup.
Yeah, and it's like, it was not even a big deal to them. They just kind of shrugged it off. It's like, if that hadn't have worked, it's like, what's the thought process of the character?
They shrug off getting shot by rocket launchers.
So it's like, what a way. It's like you said, 3 years before, the big stunt and Smoking the Bandit was jumping a bridge, and this they shrug it off as a joke within the first 15 minutes.
You know what, that is kind of true. I didn't even think about that. And I love you were talking about the whole car falling apart at the end. That's kind of like the perfect end note to that chase. And then I love the mall chase so much. That was probably my favorite car chase in the movie, I think. I don't know why. I just found all of the cop cars and the Bluesmobile crashing into everything, even though they didn't have to, was hilarious. Every time. It was like they would take a corner that was very, very easy to take, and then the cop would like smash through all the glass and like drive into the store and come out the other side of the wall. And you're like, you didn't have to do that. But they just caused so much destruction in the mall. And then there's they broke my watch.
Yeah.
So good. Oh man.
I mean, it's like they're agents of chaos.
Yeah. Just to bring destruction wherever they go.
Yeah, and it's the fact that they completely don't care. It's just like, oh, disco pants and haircuts, Pier 1 imports. Yeah, this mall's got everything. It's just, they're just making this commentary while they're in this like ridiculously white-knuckled chase. And then the actual people that are in the mall, like running from cars in reality. It's not like they CGI'd them in later. It's not like they did it all, composited the shots together. This is all in-camera effects where a cop car is running through a record store and the people are dodging out of the way.
See, Marty, this is art. No CGI. But what would he have to say about cats? Back up.
He says it's me awful.
No.
Do you want me to talk about cats, right? Meow.
Martin Scorsese says, cats turned me into a furry.
He's not David Lynch.
I thought that it was really cool what they did.
Total fucking bullshit.
I'm just picturing Werner Herzog watching cats.
Oh gosh.
They should have put in real cats. I was thinking that I haven't even seen Cats yet, but a more entertaining movie would have been if they just threw 14 cats in a room and just like put a camera on a tripod and then played the soundtrack over top of it. Probably would have been a better movie. Could have got the same effect too, because the cats try to kill each other. Memories all alone in the moonlight.
Honestly, I don't know why they just didn't make a completely animated film with the voices of the characters.
You know what? Yeah, they would have made a lot of money because kids would have eaten that shit up.
Yeah. Do like a Pixar kind of movie.
Yeah.
Or and get kids invested in that kind of stuff and Broadway shows from an early age, and then they'll grow up to appreciate, air quotes appreciate, because I don't give a shit about Broadway.
Fuck you.
It's not interesting. It's just like opera. I know it takes a lot of talent to do, and I'm sure the people are really good at it. I don't care.
Sure. You cowards.
But it's definitely a taste thing. I wouldn't say like all opera is shit. I'm just
Did
like
you hear
I
what he
don't
just
like
said? Opera fans? He just said all opera is shit very harshly.
edit it to sound like that.
No, I didn't have to. You said it so clearly.
I mean, it's like ballet. I don't really care a whole lot for ballet either.
Fun fact about Blues Brothers, much like but for different reasons, much like Garrett's asshole, John Belushi was nicknamed the Black Hole. But apparently he went through hundreds of pair of glasses in production that would he'd do a scene and then lose a pair before filming the next scene.
So the thing is, I'm going to go back to the thing I was talking about, even though you interrupted me, is the fact that even though I don't really care for ballet, I actually have movies based in ballet that I think are really good, like Suspiria. Both of them. And The Red Shoes. Kind of Black Swan, maybe. I don't know.
I don't like any of those movies.
That's fine.
Especially the two S ones. Who would ever watch weird ass horror movies?
Speaking of weird asses, how are you doing?
I gotta pee.
Do you really?
I can hold it.
Gosh, well, I'm glad you brought it up then.
While filming the opening scene, guards at the prison fired at the helicopter filming overhead shots, thinking it was an attempt to spy on the structure.
Hey, isn't that like such an interesting way to start a comedy, by the way? It's like fucking Blade Runner.
Yeah, just the shots of the town.
Yes, it's just but it's the
introduction to Welcome to Chicago kind of thing.
But the thing is, like, it's not like the Woody Allen like shots of Paris where it's like romanticized. It's like dark and dirty, and the flames are going up, and it's like they're polluting so much. Who would want to live here?
These two fuckheads. That's who.
Well, and then it shows the prison.
But then you show the two that idolize Chicago, right? What kind of people could those be? Sweet Home Chicago, and you look at such a dump as the city is, kind of thing. Story to anybody living in Chicago.
Yeah, and the train goes by so often you don't even notice it. No, it's like it's interesting at the beginning of the film, like you hear dogs barking, but then it fades in to it being like a dog statue. And I always wondered if if Landis showed that to say like this is fake or it's artificial. I'm not sure if there was even a reasoning behind it. Maybe just thought it looked neat, but I always thought it was interesting that they had like sounds of dogs barking on statues of dogs.
Right.
How about that opening with Frank Oz?
It's so good. Knives Out. Anyway, spoiler. Not really a spoiler.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It's just a dude that shows up.
You're like, that's Miss Piggy. Not Yoda.
That's my Yoda.
Yes. You would not go there.
Very good. The movie is.
This film is going to lose money. just like our toys.
Oh, God. Come on, baby, don't you wanna go?
One prophylactic soiled.
Ugh. God. Gross. That's a funny joke, but it's gross.
Yes.
Gross.
Gross.
Gross. Baby, don't you wanna go?
Use of unnecessary violence in the apprehension of the Blues Brothers has been approved. Or
how good is John Candy in this?
This is car, what car number are we? 55. This is car 55. We're in a truck.
That's so good.
Orange whip, orange whip, orange whip, 3 orange whips. I like the Wrigley Field bit. Yeah, that's real funny. You get my cheese whiz, boy?
All the little characters like that. Like, are you the police? No, ma'am, we're musicians.
Mr. Man, Mr. Man.
Ow, you fat penguin.
Jesus Christ, Jake, you can't talk to the penguin like that. Ow, fuck, shit.
Our Lady of Blessed Acceleration, don't fail me now.
The sound quality of that is great on Blu-ray too.
We had a band powerful enough to turn goat piss into gas.
What about Pee Wee Herman's little cameo?
Yeah, the waiter. Kind of funny.
We have a Dom Perignon. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Wrong glass, sir.
The whole bit of the restaurant was too. Although I did kind of feel bad for the other was just kidding, I didn't. How much for your children?
Right. I mean, that's the thing is like they show
Sell me your
them.
girls, sell me your daughters.
Like I think if that movie was made now, they would have to show like redeeming qualities for these guys.
Yes.
But they don't.
They are two assholes.
They really are degenerates, and I think it's great that the movie just lets them be them. You know, we don't get like reasoning behind it. It's like, yeah, okay, they were orphans and they were brought up poor. Whoop-de-doo.
I have a couple of new lines that I say whenever we're playing games now in like Red Dead or like GTA. If I drive into the lake or something, don't you say a fucking word. Oh man, we're going off a mountain or something by accident, and I've always you. That was such a funny line with the two Nazis in the car.
Yes. For a while after seeing this for the first time, I would like run around for any excuse. I would start doing the whole Jake thing when he was begging. I ran out of gas. I had a flat tire. I didn't have enough money for cab fare. I tucked it and come back from the cleaners. An old friend came in from out of town. Someone stole my car. There was an earthquake, a terrible flood, locusts. It wasn't my fault, I swear to God!
Oh man, and they kiss and he just fucking drops her.
Let's go.
Take it easy. Did you get my cheese whiz, boy? That ain't no Hank Williams song.
Those lights are out for a reason. Now I like the one where he goes to the like men's home or wherever it is that Elwood lives. And the guy's like watching boxing on the TV, and he's like, "This is my brother Jake's gonna stay with me for a few weeks." And the guy's like, "Oh, all right." And it's like, like A, who ever thought to put that guy in a speaking part in a movie? And B, isn't that so fucking realistic? You lied to me. It wasn't a lie. It was just bullshit.
Yeah.
I bet they have schmats. State county data offender. Wait. State county municipal data offender system.
Sell me your children.
Or something. Anyway. Rollers.
What? No. Yeah. Shit.
I like how they got paid $200 for the gig and they drank $300 worth of beer.
Oh, that was what it was. I like how in that scene with at the country bar, every time it's a close up, there's just fucking bottles being thrown at them.
Yes.
Even in like the slow song, there's just tons of bottles being thrown at them. Whenever it's a wide, nobody's throwing anything, but whenever it's a close up, there's just bottles being thrown. They throw bottles at the band when they're happy. They throw bottles at the band when they're mad.
I like how the one guy's crying over his beer.
I don't know. I felt really bad for that guy. It like hit me. It hit me for some reason. I was like, oh, I didn't laugh at all. I was like, that's really sad. Anyway,
it's fun going into a store and picking up a bottle of Elmer's and going, "This is glue, strong stuff."
You want I should wash the dead bugs off the window?
I know all about that stuff. I've been exploited all my life. Oh, how about the Steven Spielberg cameo?
Oh yeah, I was happy with that one. I was like, hey, oh, there he is. This is interesting. Dan Aykroyd's script was originally titled "The Return of the Blues Brothers" and was 304 pages long.
Yeah, because he wrote an introduction for every band member.
It was intended to be a 2-part film. Imagine that.
That's the one thing I have to say. As much as I've seen a theatrical version, and I know it's longer, but I always love being able to see the extended version on Blu-ray because like it adds another dimension to the film.
Now, see, I watched the theatrical. I haven't seen the extended. But what is different? Let's talk about that. That's a good.
There it's. Jeez. There's multiple things. It's not just like this is a complete scene. I think like some of the musical performances you can tell are kind of edited a little bit. Some of the like music stings kind of jump around a little bit. That's not like that in the thing. It has like the backstory of Elwood's like last day on the job and where he gets like the glue to have in his bag. It's like where they park the car and kind of what facilitates the car being able to do the wacky things it can do. Mm-hmm. They kind of like they park it between like two transformers that are in like this shed kind of thing, and so it's like it has all that electrical current just zapping it all day long. It's hilarious. I mean, it's Aykroyd who wrote it, so it's like it's like the Ghostbusters script. It's all this like weird stuff,
which I love.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing is like some of the stuff was like some of the chase scenes and some of like pickup shots. They changed stuff like it didn't really show, but in the movie he glues the accelerator on the Winnebago, but then they kind of like go into the gig at that point. But in the extended version, he goes and does stuff to cop cars as well. So that causes more chaos when they're ready to leave. So it's like a lot more of like planning and explanation and backstory and character moments are a lot of the stuff that's actually cut out of it.
Right.
So I think that kind of stuff's interesting.
I'll have to check it out at some point.
Yeah.
And I should also check out Blues Brothers 2000.
Oh, no, that movie is garbage.
Nah, it can't be that bad.
I've only seen it once. And I remember at the time thinking this is one of the worst sequels I've ever seen.
But it's by John Landis and written by the two of them. How could it be that bad?
I know, and some of it is from the original script. Like they picked up different. Like one of the ones was like picking people from a car dealership. One of them was a car salesman. That was like in the original script for this. So it's like for one, not having Belushi was a big thing. The second, and it might be somewhat spoilery, but if you see the poster, it's not. One of the main characters is a kid.
Oh, you hate that.
Yes. And that's the thing, is like they turn it from an R-rated raunchy comedy movie that could like you felt like could do anything to like this very stale, overproduced kind of like all ages thing. And it just did not work. And then Belushi wasn't in it, which to me he was some of the straight man crazy stuff that happened in this. Was the fact of his reactions to things is what was funny, and there isn't any of that energy.
He was always he's gone too soon. He's one of those comedians. Like
I mean, it's like
live stuff is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's like it's like making a sequel to Tommy Boy and not having Farley.
Right, doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you can't. There's no reason to do it. It's like making a Ghostbusters movie and not having Harold Ramis. Oh wait.
The John Belushi's bit with the samurai sword in Saturday Night Live is so fucking funny.
That's the thing. Belushi could take
the guy in the face.
He could take a singular idea of like, okay, Olympics, but instead of having Wheaties, he eats donuts. He can take that one idea and play that idea for lots of laughs.
Mm-hmm.
And there are very few people that are able to pull that off again and again and again. And he was one of those ones that could do that. I think Rick Moranis is one of those guys that can do that too. It's like nerdy guy that's unsure of things. Okay, and I can play this up for an entire fucking movie. Or you're Darth Vader, but instead of being tall, you're short. And he can play that up for a whole fucking movie and be hilarious. And I think that's the difference between these types of guys and then someone that's not really a comedian.
Spaceballs is so good.
Yes.
No, skip past this part. In fact, never play this again.
Knock next time, knock. Did you see anything? No, sir. I did not see you playing with your dolls again, sir.
Good.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Something about Canadians, man. Rick
They
Moranis,
went flat.
Dan Aykroyd.
SCTV.
I mean, what? Yeah, and then John Candy.
Yeah, that's the thing. Having great improv actors to be in your comedy used to be a really good thing when you actually had a full written script. Like it would have worked as a regular film and they do improv on top of it.
Right.
If you have a great improv actor and you really don't have anything going on, you just put two characters together and you go, now talk it out. You might have one movie that's really good, but like eventually the Will Ferrell improv movies are not funny anymore because they've run out of ideas because the script isn't there.
Right.
It's like if you take out all the comedy from Blues Brothers, it still works as a movie. If you take out all the chase scenes, it still works as a movie. If you take out all the music, it still works as a movie. But it's like all the things added together make it a great movie.
What happens if you take out all the sound and also the photography?
Then it's not cinema. Sorry, Marvel.
It has sound and photography, you idiot.
Then it's a motion picture.
Checkmate, atheist. God.
Where's your God now?
Obviously not here.
You have no power here.
What else do you want to talk about for this one?
I mean, that's even if we cut stuff out, that's probably still a good 40 minutes.
Probably.
I can't think of necessarily anything else. I mean, without just like going back through or quoting every single
We
thing.
already did that.
Yeah, talking about every single actor that's in it.
I mean, when we did Blazing Saddles was our quote unquote season 2 premiere. That was like a shorter one too, kind of just get us back in the groove.
Yeah.
You know. Next time we'll come at you with another heavy hitter. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood Part 2.
Well, I mean,
5 weeks in a row.
There's not necessarily anything to like break down. Like the storyline doesn't have things that make you think about
Sure, there's nothing
your
to debate.
life.
It's not like I wasn't drawing a timeline Back to the Future Part 2 or anything like that.
Right.
It's just a good, fun time.
Yeah, it's enjoyable. You go to the cinema to enjoy yourself.
Or you go on Netflix to enjoy yourself. In this case.
No. Or you buy the Blu-ray so that you own it forever in perpetuity.
Yeah, well, some people hated this movie, so I'm not gonna.
Well, I mean, but the thing is, the James Brown estate can't come into my house and take my Blu-ray because suddenly the rights for the music has ended.
Well, then I'll buy the goddamn Blu-ray at that. You think?
You think you do?
Think you didn't do that morning? Gross.
You're weird. Goodbye, folks.
If you like what you do with the show,
fuck you.
Go fuck yourself. Please be sure to subscribe to us and hit the ring-a-ding bell or whatever the fuck. I don't want to
like and comment.
Like and comment, I guess too. You know, all the
if
YouTube bells
you are
and
a
whistles.
werewolf and you would liken to do other things.
What?
That's terrible.
It's awful. It made no sense. It came out of nowhere. Why would you even bring that up? I understood
nowhere, like a blind man doing a hand job. Came out of That's fucking hilarious.
If you like what we're doing here, please drop us a like, a comment, whatever. Subscribe to us. Get up to date on all the new episodes. Let us know that you're out there because, God, there's no one out there. Is there anybody out there? Says Pink Floyd. In addition, you can follow the show at digital_podcast on Twitter. You can also follow both of us on Twitter, me at Alex's Reviews, Garrett at Garrett Donardo. And you can follow us both on Letterboxd as well, too. Keep up to date with our movie watching, as we watch many movies every single day.
Links are in the description.
The description, yeah. Fuck you. You piece of human garbage.
You piece of excrement.
You piece of absolute waste space.
Try not to be so negative all the time. Why don't you offer a little constructive criticism?
That's a good quote to end it on. All right. Bye, everybody. See y'all next week. We're back. Rick and Morty, 100 years. 70 episodes. Coming back.
Stay shiny.
Forever. Digital Drive-In, 100 years. All the episodes coming in. 70 new episodes. Digital Drive-In. All day, every day. Watching the movies. Coming back. All forever and ever. Amen. every day. Rick and Morty coming back. Rick and Morty. I'm in Digital Driving coming back again. Hey, all new episodes coming once every week, maybe, unless we forget. We usually forget. That's why we haven't been around for a while.